Hi everybody, just doing me a little bit of yoga today, and I hope that you're all doing great. Got to get in that workout today, you know, got to keep that flat belly. But anyway, today is the book of the Bible, and today I'm going to be reading out of 1 Samuel. It's in the Old Testament, and the 1 Samuel is about to track Israel's transition from the period of the judges to the era of the kingly rule. And it was written by Samuel. Most of it was written by Samuel, and also Nathan and Gad were also contributors. And it was written to the people of Israel. And the book was probably during Samuel's lifetime and finished around 930 BC. And the setting, of course, was Israel. And the key scripture in the first for 1 Samuel is in 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 22. And it's, what is more pleasing to the Lord, your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice? Obedience is far better than sacrifice. And the places the key places in the book of Samuel, 1 Samuel is Shiloh, Gilgal, Ramah. I don't know if I'm saying these places right, but Bethlehem, Gath, Adullam, Hebron, and the wilderness of Judah, Ziklag, Endor, Beshan. And the people and relationships in the first book of Samuel are, of course, Samuel and then Eli, and then Samuel and Saul, and of course Samuel and David. So anyway, the book of 1 Samuel begins with the birth of the prophet Samuel and ends with the death of King Saul. It contains a catalog of lives for us to learn from. So I reminds tell you that every book of the Bible, all the characters, all the people that are in each of the book of the Bible, you know, you want to, you know, we all have something to learn from these people, because they're like us. And if you read the book of the, you know, all the people in the Bible, it's going to give you, you know, what God did for them, so that you can relate in your own life. So anyway, it contains a catalog of lives for us to learn from. Some exemplary, others not. Samuel was born in the time of the judges, when people did whatever seemed right in their own eyes. And that's in the Judges, book of Judges, chapter 17, verse 6. The people were far from God. Eli was high priest. But the flaws in his leadership can be seen in the dysfunctions of his own family. Since Israel lacked strong spiritual leadership, God chose Samuel and prepared him to lead the Israelites back to God. Near the end of Samuel's ministry, the people demanded a king. They wanted to be like the surrounding nations. God was not pleased with Israel's demand, but he chose Saul to lead them anyway. Saul, though a man of great potential, was self-centered and disobedient. He never achieved what God had intended for him. While Saul was still king, Samuel anointed David to be the next king. David became a national hero by killing Goliath. And he won numerous other great battles with God's help. But when Saul realized that David was in line for the throne, he was consumed by bitterness and tried to kill him. Finally, faced with defeat in battle, Saul took his own life. This book portrays some who moved toward God and toward wholeness, and others who moved away from God and toward disaster. Let me read that again. The book of 1 Samuel portrays, which in fact most of the books of the Bible portrays people that either moved toward God or away from God. And it tells you what happens to the people that disobey God and what happens to them. So that's why it's good for us to read about them so we can not do that. So this book portrays some who move toward God and toward wholeness, and others who moved away from God and toward disaster. Jealousy, bitterness, and disobedience destroyed the life of King Saul. But forgiveness, trust, and obedience brought David great success. This book clearly shows the only way to wholeness is by trusting and obeying God and following His program. So I hope that you all can get into the book of 1 Samuel this week, and I hope that you're getting your workouts in, because we really need to be spiritually strong, but we also need to be physically strong. But the spiritual is more important. So I hope that you have a great week, and God bless you all.